What's going on, guys? I'm TieFly85 and today we're going to be talking Thor Ragnarok. Let's get started. What's going on, MG Nation, and welcome back to another episode. Now today we're going to be talking about Thor Ragnarok. Oh my goodness, what an amazing movie. I am so excited that I saw this movie. Now I will let you know just right off the bat, the first part of this review, no spoilers, but the second part, I will forewarn you, is going to have spoilers in it. I'll let you know again when that does happen. Now things that I really loved that were happening in this movie is we did get, obviously, Thor back, we got Loki back.
Surprise! Ow.
We got Hulk back, we got a few new characters, we got Korg, we got Valkyrie, which is such an amazing character. Overall, I'd say the movie is an amazing movie. It's such a good movie. It's so funny. There's so much comedy happening in this movie.
Putting together a team.
Hi. Your team. Has it got a name?
Revenges.
Revenges?
I mean, we don't have to have a name.
As well as there's also a lot of action happening. So with both of those combined with, you have Thor and his humor, and then you have Loki and Thor together, then you have the Hulk and Thor. It's just really funny overall.
Loki, look who it is!
I have to get off this planet.
You and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Now the movie itself was very colorful and very expansive. I really loved everything about the movie. The only one criticism I do have of the movie itself is the whole scene that they had that everybody has seen in the previews of the fight between Hulk and Thor.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work. Where have you been? Everybody thought you were dead. There's so much has happened since I last saw you. I lost my hammer, like yesterday, so that's still pretty fresh. Loki's alive. Can you believe it? He's up there. Loki, look who it is.
I kind of wish that they would have let that build up in the movie, and I didn't know that going into it, because it kind of was a letdown in that particular moment, but the rest of the movie overall was amazing. It was just so great. Even that fight scene between the Hulk and Thor was just amazing. I loved every moment of it. Now, one of my favorite characters of the entire movie was Korg.
Hey man, I'm Korg. We're gonna get out of here. Wanna come?
It was so hilarious. He did have very few scenes within the movie itself, but oh my goodness, it was so funny. He just had these really funny, like, little one-liners, like, here's a scene between Korg and Thor. Take a peek.
I really wish I had my hammer.
Hammer?
Quite unique. It was made from this special metal from the heart of a dying star. And when I spun it really, really fast, it gave me the ability to fly.
You rode a hammer.
No, I didn't ride the hammer.
The hammer rode you on your back.
No. I used to spin it really fast, and it would pull me off
Oh my god. The hammer pulled you off.
the ground. It would pull me off the ground up into the air, and I would fly. Every time I threw it, it would always come back to me.
Sounds like you had a pretty special and intimate relationship with this hammer, and that losing it was almost comparable to losing a loved one.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny. I love that character, and you guys are definitely gonna love him too. Now, another really awesome thing that I did love in Thor was the music. The music was amazing. It was right on par, I would say, with Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. All of the music and everything that was happening in the movie was just, it was perfect. It was so well done. Now, the bad guy of the movie, Hela.
Asgard is dead. And it'll be reborn in my image. I thought you'd be glad to see me.
She was amazing as far as a bad guy for a Thor movie. And I don't think that they could have found anybody else other than Cate Blanchett to play that character. Oh my goodness, she was so amazing. She's so good. I've seen her in other movies, but I have to say this is probably one of her, hands down, one of my favorite movies that she's been in so far. And I really hope to see her in more movies because she's such an amazing actress. I really did like her in this movie. I'd highly recommend that you all definitely check out Thor Ragnarok. It is such an amazing movie. Oh my goodness. Alright, and then now next up, just as a forewarning, we are going to have some spoilers up ahead, so you have been forewarned. let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, some really cool things that are happening within the movie itself is there are some tidbits to the actual comic book, and they do throw in quite a few comic book references and a few references to other movies. Like, there's some really cool foreshadowing happening within the movie itself. Like, here's an image right here of Thor and the Hulk talking, and Bruce Banner is wearing a Rio shirt, and Rio's famous song is Hungry Like the Wolf, and later on in the movie, Hulk ends up fighting a wolf. So it's kind of a foreshadow, kind of really cool overall of just kind of like adding that in there as a kind of a cool little tidbit. If none of you have seen it, definitely keep your eye out for it. It's kind of a cool little foreshadow of what's to come. Some of the really awesome things that I loved about this movie was the comedy. It was so funny, so well done. You would almost think that Thor was more of a comedy than it was an action because there being so many funny parts. I'd have to say one of my favorite scenes overall was definitely Korg. He just had some really funny like one-liners, a few couple like little lines that he had. He just was a really great character, and I think the director was very smart in putting this character into the movie. Now, another character that I did really like was the Grand Master. Jeff Goldblum is such an amazing actor. I love all of his acting, especially when he was in Jurassic Park. He was such a good character in Jurassic Park. Him as the Grand Master, though, he really did own that role. Like, he did such a good job, even though his character kind of divulged a little bit from the comic, and they kind of like had to make it more realistic. But I think the adaptation that they pulled and they made for Jeff Goldblum was amazing, and his acting for that character was just so good. And then we have Loki, obviously Tom Hiddleston. He's such a good actor, and Loki in this movie is right on par with all of the rest of the movies. It's so great.
Hey, let's do get help.
What?
Get help.
No.
Come on, you love it.
I hate it.
It's great. It works every time.
It's humiliating.
Do you have a better plan?
No.
We're doing it.
We are not doing Get Help.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him! Oh, classic.
Still hate it? It's humiliating.
No, not for me, it's not.
And with the introduction of the Valkyrie.
You go through me.
Valkyrie is a really awesome story. One other thing I would say about the Valkyrie, I kind of wish that they would have added more of the backstory of the Valkyrie into the movie. The scene that they do show within the movie is just so it's just really short. And honestly, it's basically the same scene that we all saw in the trailer.
We're here and now.
So it's kind of deceiving in that way, thinking, you know, we're going to see a lot of the story and the backstory, and then it just ends up being that same scene that we all saw from the trailer. So it just didn't kind of make sense in that point. But other than just a few inconsistencies like that, like it's an amazing movie. I'd highly recommend you all check it out. The movie from start to finish is literally non-stop. It just takes off right from the beginning and just does not let up until the very end. It's such an amazing movie, guys. I'd highly recommend that you go check it out. Thor Ragnarok right now is in theaters. Go run down there, buy a ticket, sit down, watch it. It is an amazing movie. I'd highly recommend you all check it out. Alright guys, well that's all I have for you today. If you did end up liking this episode, please go ahead and slap that like button, as it really does help us out and we really do appreciate you. Also too, if you're new here to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the bell notification on, just to make sure that you don't miss out, as me and T-Rec87 do post here every Monday through Saturday. Alright guys, as always, I've been TieFly85, and remember, stay awesome.
Just a minute, I've got something to say.